Greetings, I'm Samyo Hangma Rai, and today we're going to study a chapter titled London versus Paris of Grade 10. So let's begin the class now.
London versus Paris. London versus Paris? Which is your favorite destination? If you still cannot draw a line, here are the facts and differences between the two cities to help you make a choice. While London is the capital of the United Kingdom, it is also the largest city in the country. The city stands on the River Thames in southeast England with its history stretching back to Roman times. Paris, on the other hand, is the capital city of France, located in the north-central part of the nation. It stands along the Seine River. Paris has a rich European history and is regarded to be a global center for culture, fashion, art, and gastronomy. London is among the largest metropolitan areas in Europe as it covers an estimated area of 1,572 square kilometers. Paris covers an estimate of 105 square kilometers. Although Paris is smaller in terms of area coverage, the city happens to be one of the most densely populated cities in Europe. Paris has a population density of 20,700 people per square kilometers. Most people fail to acknowledge the cultural gap, and it can be quite a shock for them when they visit the two cities. These cultural differences mainly stem from the cultural difference between England and France. For instance, in England, a handshake is the standard way to greet a person. Language is not a significant factor in the British assume everyone speaks English. The French accept a handshake, although a kiss is a conventional way of saying hello. If the whole kissing thing is not okay with you, you can brush your cheeks and kiss the air. In terms of the language, the French are quite protective of their language. Therefore, while in Paris, try to speak some French. The Parisian appreciated when foreigners work to speak their language, no matter how rusty it might be. When meeting up with someone for a drink, the French urbanites will plan to meet and head to a cafe where they will drink their espressos as they enjoy their time. France has always earned global recognition for the quality of its cuisine, and Paris gives you the chance to confirm this taste of greatness. Over the years, the restaurants in Paris have earned higher Michelin stars than London. Nonetheless, London's food should not be written off. With an increased diversity among the people flocking to London, restaurants have been embracing food from various parts of the world. The vibrant cultural mix in London has led to delicious and innovative food scene. London offers a wide array of food such as cheap curries to fish and chip. Paris, on the other hand, brings quite a variety of bread and pastries as well as baguette. Both London and Paris are known for their high cost of living, but London is quite more expensive than Paris. But note that groceries and other consumer prices are lower in London than in Paris. In other aspects such as local transportation costs and utility bills, Paris appears to be quite cheaper than London. Paris will be a great option if you are looking for a pocket-friendly destination. London seems to have an advantage in terms of leisure and entertainment spots. There are numerous fun things to do in London. For starters, London has 380 public libraries, while Paris has 69 of them. Concerning museums, London has 240, while Paris has 153 museums. Most football fans will find themselves attracted to London rather than Paris. London hosts 6 major football clubs that play in the top league, while Paris has only one major club, Paris Saint-Germain (PSG). London's transport network is quite extensive. The British city has 6 international airports, namely London City, Gatwick, Heathrow, Luton, Stansted, and Southend. On the other hand, the French capital has 3 international airports, which are Beauvais, Orly, and Charles de Gaulle. Paris has more subway stations that are evenly spread compared to London's, which are less spread out. London has an estimate of 22,500 registered taxis, while Paris has 17,000. In terms of bus and train lines, London has twice as many as Paris. Nonetheless, Paris has been actively expanding its new tramway network. Trust me, it is quite hard to decide on a London versus Paris vacation. In 2018 report by Mastercard, London was the second city globally that recorded the highest number of tourists after Bangkok. Paris came in third. Regarding tourism revenue, tourists tend to spend more in the English capital than in Paris. When planning for a trip, one of the main concerns is whether the trip duration will be ideal and worthwhile. Both London and Paris have several attractions that would render any time short for an impeccable experience. If you are on a budget, as discussed earlier, Paris is less expensive than London. Based on your budget, this will, therefore, give you an extended period to explore the French city. In most cases, 3 to 4 days in Paris would be enough to skim through the city, while 4 to 5 days in London would be suitable to swindle across the streets. Sites worth paying a visit in Paris include the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Palace of Versailles, and the Disneyland, among others. While in London, some of the top places to visit include the London Eye, Warner Bros. Studio, and Big Ben. Locals from both cities are generally warm and welcoming, but it is easier to get acquainted with a local in Paris than in London. People in London tend to hang around in impenetrable cliques, making it difficult to interact as strangers. People in Paris are a little bit culture sensitive, but are also fun to get along with once you get acquainted. Despite the calmness in both cities, it is crucial to be careful of pickpockets and joggers along the streets. As for London, the weather usually is mild, hence one can visit at any time of the year. However, autumn is the most appropriate period to jet in. During this period, temperatures are warm and lovely. Additionally, that is when the city blooms with British events and festivals. The most appropriate time to fly to Paris is between June and August. Within these months, the weather is perfect and the days have extended hours of sunshine. Which is better, London or Paris? Well, both cities have their unique aspect. Therefore, it solely depends on what you are looking for as well as your value. Okay, London versus Paris. London is the capital city of England, while Paris is the capital of France. Both of these cities happen to be a very popular tourist destinations, so there are many factors, but talking about the first one, Paris is more pocket-friendly than London. But at the same time, London has more inclusivity in food because of the number of people migrating to London, which has brought out a lot of variety in the food available there. There are many sights to see in Paris, such as the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Palace of Versailles, etc. And in London, we have Big Ben, multiple museums, at the same time as football stadiums. Parisians are much more approachable people. However, this is not to say that Londoners are not approachable. It is just that they are a little bit difficult to get along with at the beginning. After one does that, then they are very friendly people. Everybody gets along well. Comparatively, London has milder weather, which makes it more attractive for the tourist. But at the end of the day, visitation depends on one's preferences as well as multiple factors. Some people might want to go to Paris for the culture, the food, and the fashion, while others might want to come to London for reasons such as visiting the football grounds as well as other activities that are much more accessible than in Paris. For more, list out the factors that makes London more visited than Paris. Which city would you like to visit and why? How was your class today? If you have any feedback, please feel free to write to us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. See you in the next class with another lesson. Thank you.